everybody. I'm Pilar Archila with Pure Gold. I have two real nice ladies that love our community, that volunteer, and we're going to talk about our Chamber of Commerce. We're going to talk about our Ambassadors Program, and both of these ladies are part of our Ambassador Program. How are you this afternoon?
Good, good.
Well, I feel very good being here, talking with both of you. I have known you guys for quite some time, but I would love to get them, to know them better. We're going to start, let's start with Tracie Morgan.
Sure.
Tracie works at Morris Bank.
Yes.
And I have Whitney Hobbs. And Whitney, she works for Bass Physical Therapy. Now, Tracie.
Yes.
Are you from Dublin?
I'm not from Dublin, believe it or not. I've lived here for almost 12 years now, but I'm originally from Cordele, so not too far from here.
No.
And never thought that I would end up in Dublin, but I'm so thankful that my family and I did.
Yes. Now, you moved to Dublin because of your husband or your parents?
Actually, I had a job opportunity at Fairview Park Hospital, and that's what brought us to Dublin. A family, not family friend, my sister-in-law's father actually called me up and said, there's this position open at the hospital, and I think you would be really interested. And here I am today because of it.
And because of it, I met you.
That's
how
right.
we met. We met because of Fairview Park Hospital.
That's right, absolutely.
That is great. And now you work for Morris Bank.
I do. In September, I made the move from Fairview Park Hospital, which was my home, and I love those folks, and they'll always be family. Had a great opportunity at Morris Bank present itself, and it has just been a joy to be there so far. So since September, I'm a Morris Bank employee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, time flies.
It does.
In no time, it's going to be a year.
I know it. I know.
All right. Okay, Whitney.
Yes.
And I'm sure you are from Dublin.
I am born and raised and came back and have started a family here.
That is so wonderful. You see, that's the idea. We want our kids to go to college, come back, and, work here and raise their family here. All right, so who are your parents?
Chuck and Denise Bass are my parents. My dad is the owner of Bass Physical Therapy, where I have been officially employed for 5 years. I've pretty much worked there, I guess, just about
Since you remember.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But coming up on 5 years now, so we've been working together. My granddad started it 51 years ago now.
Oh, my goodness.
So proud to be a third-generation therapist and carry on the family tradition here
That
in
is
Dublin.
great.
Yes.
Now, do you have a sister?
I do, Cammie.
Is she also a therapist?
She's not. She got her teaching degree, but she's a stay-at-home mom with her little girl in Watkinsville.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you're carrying the torch and you're
Yes.
going to be, continuing the Bass.
I am. Yes.
That is wonderful. And now you're married.
Yes, I married Corey Hobbs. He's from here also, so it wasn't even a question when we decided where to live. Even if I didn't have Bass, have the family business, I'm sure we would have ended up here anyway. We
Moving
both
here.
love being here.
Yes, that's wonderful. And you have a little girl now?
Yes, she's 9 months old, Kendall. So
Oh
we're
my
having a
gosh.
good time with her. She'll
That
be 1
is-
in August.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
Tracie, who
fast.
is your husband?
So my husband is Justin Morgan, and he owns Blackwater Builders. So he's a contractor here in Dublin, and we have 2 children, Laura and Landon, and Laura is 9 and Landon is 3. And so we have a very rambunctious household at the moment, and it's awesome.
And you have your hands full.
We do.
I guess
We do.
at this point, both of you have your
Yeah,
hands
that's true.
full.
She just needs to hold on tight.
My goodness, yes.
Flying by.
But that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
It is.
Tell me a little bit about Morris Bank.
So Morris Bank has been around since 1954, started here in Dublin, and we are growing, and employees are growing, and we've got branches in several different counties surrounding Lawrence, and we are just excited to be a part of the communities in which we serve, and Dublin-Lawrence County is home for us, and we're just excited to be here and help support small and large business.
And what exactly you do at Morris?
I'm the director of marketing.
You're kidding me.
So this is kind of my home.
Yes.
This is my passion. So marketing, a wonderful place of employment. So
Yes, that's great. Okay, now, and your husband, what does he do?
He teaches in Dodge County. He's a
Oh.
PE teacher at South Dodge Elementary
Oh, in Eastman?
in Eastman.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
And for those who have not heard the Bass, tell me about Bass.
So like I said, my granddad started it 51 years ago. He has passed away. My father now owns it, and I have come on as the third generation physical therapist, and then there's plenty of other family members up
Yes.
there, physical therapists. My cousins are physical therapist assistants, so and even those that aren't blood related are like family. So
Oh, yeah.
we have a clinic here in Dublin, which is the main clinic, and then we have one in Wrightsville, which is where I was today. I go over there on Mondays, and I go at least once a week, make sure everything's running
Now,
smoothly.
at one point you had one in Swainsboro?
We did. We've sold that one
Okay.
a couple of years ago. So we
Yeah, I
just
remember
have the two
going there.
clinics now. Yes. So we have those. Dublin's open 5 days a week. Wrightsville's 3 days a week. But my dad and I go between the two. We do a little bit of home health. We are involved in the schools. We love to give back to the community in that way. We volunteer at different sporting events and everything. So that's something my granddad started, and we've carried
Yes.
that on.
That is just wonderful. I was telling Whitney before we started that I had a real bad car accident a few years ago, and it was so bad they put me back together.
Well, thank you. That's great for that plug.
Yes, thanks to that. Well, we're going to talk about the Chamber of Commerce.
sure.
There is, of course, it's not a brand new program, but it's a program that came back, the Ambassadors Program. I would love to know, Whitney, how you end up being an ambassador.
Well, for me, Bass is actually the sponsor for the ambassador program this year, and so they got that worked out. And my dad approached me and asked me if I would like to do it, explained what it was, and I thought it was a great opportunity to promote Dublin. Obviously,
Yes.
being born and raised here, going to school, and then coming back, I know what Dublin has to offer, and I love the growth that's happening, and so I felt like this was a perfect opportunity to help promote that growth and to help
Yes.
promote business in the community.
Absolutely.
So it really wasn't a question for me when he asked if I
Yeah.
would do it.
Yeah, it was like a win-win situation.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
And Tracie,
Yes.
how you end up? I mean, someone approach you, or you call and you say, I would love to be in the Ambassadors Program.
Well, I started hearing the buzz about it after Heath arrived, and he, being the new director, and he was going to revive this program, and the emails that come out from the chamber, I actually received those, and that's the first point of contact that I had with it. And then Spence Mullis, our president and CEO, actually sent it my way, as well as Susan Brandon. She sent it my way as well. And so a couple of people were just kind of saying, hey, you might be interested in this. And so absolutely looked like something I wanted to be a part of.
Yes, I think it's a wonderful program. I was an ambassador a few years ago in 2004, and it was a great program, and what I have heard still is a wonderful program. We're going to take a very short break, and please stay with us. There is more to come. Thank you for staying with us. I'm still here with Tracie Morgan from Morris Van, and also Whitney Hobbs from Bass Physical Therapy. And we're talking about our wonderful Chamber of Commerce and the Ambassador Program. I would love to know what exactly you do in your meetings when you meet, when you have your ambassador meetings.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the number one thing that we do is we do have a great time. We are a very lively group of people, a nice, fun cross section. We always have lunch, which is great because we get to have that mingle time as
Right.
people before we have our meetings. But each meeting so far we've had a speaker. Heath actually kicked off the first one, and Randy Jackson does a great job helping lead
We know
our
Randy.
meetings
We know
as
Randy.
well. And so, between the two of those, and then we have a guest speaker. Brad Lofton actually came and spoke a little bit from the Development Authority side.
Right.
And then we also had someone, Terry Lynn from Visit Dublin, came to our last meeting as well. So I see it as we're going to probably see that as a pattern.
Yeah.
A business meeting and then some sort of special speaker.
And I understand the Development Authority and the Chamber, they really work together.
Absolutely.
And you get to know exactly what everybody's doing, what is their job.
Yes.
And from your point of view, what else did you do in those meetings?
I've gotten some pretty good insight on the chamber and what the chamber
Yes.
does and represents, and because honestly, I did not know as much as he
Right.
has taught us, and so that's been very beneficial because obviously we've got to be able to relay that to our businesses that
Exactly.
we represent. So it's been very informative from that aspect as well.
Right. Tracie, what kind, some of the companies that you have already contacted?
Well, I was excited to have Starbucks as one of my
Yes.
contacts. So definitely I've had a lot, probably too much contact with Starbucks lately. But Starbucks, I have Medical Park Pharmacy, I have Max Brown Pharmacy, I have MedFirst. I believe when they separated our list to start off with, it was alphabetical, so I got a lot of the M's. But as new members come on at each meeting, they give us the option to vouch for members as they come
Yeah.
available. So that's where the Starbucks came in.
Now, in your case, did you know all these people, or is a
No.
matter of just meeting new people?
It's a mixture of both. Luckily, with me having a cross section of M's, I was very familiar with the medical community, so
Yes.
that's played out well for me for several of my contacts. But probably it's a 50-50 split of known and unknown.
So how is Starbucks got in there when it's not an M?
That was one of those that I fought. Jennifer Bryan and I fought back and no, I'm kidding.
I can see that.
I'm kidding. But it was where Heath presented the packet at our meetings, and he said, "Who wants this?" And we raised our hand and gave that.
And you went, yeah, I'll suffer and I'll get it.
Exactly.
Okay, Whitney, what companies you got to work with?
I have Flex Steel.
Oh, nice.
Garbett Construction.
Yeah.
Friendly Gus. So those are some that I have. A couple of the churches: First Baptist, First Methodist.
So you got the F.
Yes, I have the F and the beginning
And
of
the
the
G.
G's. Yes. Same thing. I knew some of them very well, and then some not. So I've met some new, or spoke to some new people on the phone. I haven't gone out and made my on-site visit yet, but that is part of it.
Right.
Throughout the year, we go and make an on-site visit as well, and actually have a personal
Yes.
conversation.
Personal
with
relationship with the
Yes.
companies. Any positive or negative input from the companies?
Everything I had has been very positive.
Yeah, same
People
here.
are excited about the program
Yes.
revamping, and some were familiar with the program and some were not. So I had to explain a little more in detail to some companies. Some of them have ambassadors on the First Lawrence Bank. I have them, and they have an ambassador on the team, so they were very familiar with it. But yeah, everything's been positive as far as what I've received.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. You got the M's. Do you have to go to Morris Bank and talk about the ambassadors program?
They were not on my list, so I think there was a cutoff. I think there was a definite cutoff. And as ambassadors, we did try to do a pretty good job of swapping out if we needed to.
I
if
was
there
going
was
to
some
say that.
crossover.
It's nice to
So-
meet new people, and
Yeah.
it's different when you go to your own company.
That's right.
And you are the ambassador. You
Yes.
know, it's better to
Yeah.
have. Yeah. I was going to ask also. if you go, well, you mentioned you have not been there in person,
Not yet.
but you make a phone call and you explain you're an ambassador from the chamber, and then from that point, who do you ask for?
Well,
The
that's-
owner,
Yeah, that's part of our initial conversation, is explaining who we are and asking who within that business we need to get used to calling on so that we can develop that relationship with one person.
Okay.
And try to keep that as our main source of communication with the company.
Okay, so not every time is the owner. I mean,
Correct. It could be somebody different.
Yeah, sometimes it's very hard to reach the
Yes.
owner,
Absolutely.
you know, and they're very busy,
Yep.
and
Right.
it's very hard to do that.
Yes.
For you, Tracie, what has been the part that you enjoyed the most besides eating? No, I'm just kidding. About this
Yes.
whole program.
You know, quite frankly, I've been here for a while, and I know Whitney obviously has lived here her whole life for the most part. You know, it's amazing the amount of people that I have not met so far. And our ambassador group is such a fun and diverse and such a cross section of the business community, and there's
Yes.
people on the team that I've never had any interaction with.
Yes.
So I would honestly say, so far, the interaction with fellow ambassadors has been the most fun.
Yes.
And I know once we develop those relationships with our members, that we'll be able to say the same thing.
It's going to
about
be
them.
just great
Yeah.
too. And for you, Whitney?
I would have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting the new ambassadors, and like she said, looking forward to meeting new people in these businesses.
In the community,
In the
yes.
community. Yes. I haven't been able to go to many, but I have enjoyed the few ribbon cuttings that we've been to.
Yes.
Heath has really encouraged us
Yes,
to
to
attend
go
the
and
ribbon
attend.
cuttings, and it has been great to go out and see these new businesses, or not as new members of the chamber,
Exactly.
get started and go to those events.
Yeah, I have the feeling, I don't know if it's just me, that Dublin is growing because I remember 20 years ago, I used to go to any restaurant and I could seriously
Yes.
say, I know everybody here.
Right.
Now I go to a restaurant and I feel like I'm in another city because maybe one or two, but not everybody like I
Right.
used to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's growing and it's nice to get to know everybody.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is.
Yeah, well, we're going to take another short break, and
good.
please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. We're having a great time here. In a few years from now, how do you see this ambassador program, or what changes do you see in our Chamber of Commerce because of the ambassadors program?
I definitely see it growing. I know Heath said the last ambassador program he was a part of grew to about 60 ambassadors, and I could definitely see that happening
Yes.
here. And I also think that the chamber membership will continue to grow because
Absolutely.
of the ambassadors in the program.
You see, I'm glad you mentioned that. What if you encounter someone out there and they go, we're not members of the Chamber of Commerce. What, as an ambassador, what would you do?
So, you know, when I'm talking with someone, you know, the chamber is always kind of like that seal of approval on a local level. Think of it as a Better Business Bureau rating, as you will. You know, if you go into a business and you see that they've got the Chamber of Commerce plaque as stating that they are a member of the Chamber of Commerce, you know, they're a legit business.
Yes.
They're here for the right reasons, and they want to be a part of the growth in this community.
And that would be an incentive to join the chamber.
You know, what better way to distinguish your business and say, I'm here, and I'm here for the betterment of this community, than
Exactly.
to be a member of the chamber.
And I'm recognized by the Chamber of Commerce, you know, and I belong to the Chamber of Commerce. But if you see someone that is not, what would you do? I mean, just refer to the Chamber of Commerce? Will you try to talk to them into becoming a member, or?
Yeah, I mean, explain what the chamber does, the benefits that the chamber can offer their business, or a larger company, what their business can offer the chamber. It's kind of a two-way street. I feel like the chamber supports
Yes.
you, you support the chamber, you're supporting the community.
Right.
The website is a great tool. It lists out all the benefits that I wasn't even aware of until
Absolutely.
I started
Yes.
Right.
a part of the program. So I just think that there's benefits both ways
For
your
everybody.
business and for the chamber and the community.
Yes. It doesn't matter if it's a huge company,
Right.
small,
Right.
even an individual. You can
That's right.
belong to the
Yes.
Chamber of
Absolutely.
Commerce and you can benefit
That's right.
Yes.
from the chamber.
That's right. One of the things that we talk about frequently, if there are any small businesses out there that are struggling for marketing purposes, the chamber really serves that function for you as well. You need to be in your business and cultivating that business within your place of business.
Yes.
And if you don't have time to get out there and market yourself, that's where the chamber can step in and do that for you.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? When you're having fun, time flies. I really enjoy having both of you here.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
And I hope it's not the first, it's not the last time you're going to be here. It's the first. And, but, maybe later on we can sit down and talk. What, now after a few months or whatever, what have you seen? What changes?
That'd be great.
And thank you so much for
enjoy that.
accepting my invitation. All of you out there, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.